Hello, 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 hello again, everyone. It's me, Mori. If you are new here, then welcome to the channel. But if you've been here before, then I'm so glad to have you back. Today's video isn't very special. I just cleared most of the spiral abyss and did some artifact farming. I say most because I only have Flynn's. He's my only Nutcracker character. So I definitely would have been cooked on floor 12. I wouldn't have stood a chance. Does that make sense grammatically? I don't even know. How have you all been? As you can probably tell from what you're hearing, I am doing soft spoken today. I feel like my stomach is rumbling, sorry. Kinda hungry, but priorities. This video is priority over food. As I was saying, it's been a little bit too long since I've done a soft spoken video. And I've heard that some people quite like it, so I decided to switch up. And I like to vary my content a little bit. I have been okay, though it's getting really cold in the UK. There was like a Arctic wind or something that swept across this week and it was so cold. So I've been barely surviving in that. Yesterday, my friend is doing a digital media course, and for her course they have to film like a little montage for the beginnings of a movie, and the theme was release. And for hers, she had the idea that someone would pass away in a forest, so she asked me to be her actor. Yesterday morning we walked to the forest near my college, and she had to record me running and walking and falling over in leaves and mud and stuff. But I don't mind that sort of stuff. I'm not afraid of the mud or the ground, even though it was wet. My clothes did get a bit muddy, but only a little bit. I'll just wash it out, But that was pretty fun. And then I had a dress rehearsal for Heather's on Monday. Well, I would say what my costume is like, but it's basically just a normal Veronica costume with a skirt and a blazer and a shirt and stuff. But everyone looked amazing in their clothes. In their costumes, not clothes. You know what I mean. And we are performing on the 1st of December. So that is the week after this one. And then I have 3 weeks of holiday, which is crazy to think about because before in high school, you'd get like 2 at most, maybe even 1.5 sometimes. So to get another whole week off is like, wow, this is a blessing. So I guess you can expect a little bit more content from me then. It's Christmas break. I know some people from America are on Thanksgiving break. So I hope you have a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. And if you don't, then just enjoy your time off, Oh my god, I've gone brain dead. I was going to talk about something else. I did an English assessment yesterday on the Shakespearean text we're studying. And I thought I wrote okay, and then after I finished like 5 minutes early, and I was proofreading it, and I looked at some of the stuff I'd written, and it wasn't even like grammatically correct, like the sentences did not make sense, and I didn't have time to edit it all. So I hope my last paragraph and my conclusion are readable. Sorry, that was my tummy. That was my stomach. Me and my friends call them stummies. Whenever we have a stomachache, we always go, my stomach hurts. I love my friends. I only made them at the beginning of this school year though. So it's kind of crazy to think about it, but we're already very close. And I'm very grateful for that. I was really scared I wasn't going to have any friends going into college because of complications, I'll say. I wouldn't want to get too far into it because it might be a trauma dump. And TMI. Believe it or not, I think TMI does exist in certain cases. When it's with your best friends, then it's fine, but sometimes even then you can get a bit TMI. Controversial take, sorry. Christmas is approaching and I'm not particularly excited for it. I've always been a bit of a Grinch, but yeah, I don't know, Christmas season it never really hits me until around January or February, and that's way after Christmas. Normally around Christmas, something wrong always happens to me. And I don't know why. But yeah, just the season, it's really cold, and there's barely ever snow in the UK. And I'm always really broke, so I don't have enough money to buy presents for everyone I want to buy presents for. And normally I make something as compromise, which I think sometimes is better than buying something, but you know. My stomach. It's always nice to be able to give people things. And also 2 of my friends' birthdays are around Christmas, or 2 of my new friends' birthdays are around Christmas, so I'm going to be making a lot of stuff for everyone. In my college, there is a charity that we work with, and it's basically the local care home for old people. Each form gets assigned an old person. That sounds really weird, but you get what I mean when I explain it fully. Each form is assigned an old person, and then people in the form get the old person gifts. So we got an old person, and he likes birds, which I honestly can get behind because I really like birds too. So I'm gonna make him a Christmas ornament, like a little birdie, probably out of felt or something. So hopefully that's good enough. Other people are getting him like, I don't know, biscuits and stuff, but you know, I prefer more personalised things. But hopefully the little bird decoration should be enough. From my group, we split into like 4 or 5 groups, and each group is gonna get the gift, or get a different gift. Let me know if you like Christmas, or if you celebrate it. I know it's like really early to be talking about Christmas, but I'm already hearing Christmas music on the radio, and the town where I go to college has set up Christmas lights already. Crazy. And it's getting dark so early. I really hate it because my college finishes at 4:15, and the next available train I can get is at 4:45, and by the time I get on the train it's really dark, which is like, it's not a big problem, but I don't know. And then when I'm going to college, I have to get on a bus and then take a train after the bus. I like seeing like the sunrise, but it's not very nice waking up in the dark because I wake up really early. Because the bus I take is normally around like 7:20, so I get up at 6 just to wake myself up fully and be able to get ready. I only take like 10-15 minutes to get ready, but I like to do it quite a while in advance before the bus, just in case, dunno, something goes wrong. But yeah. I rearranged my room. That's what I wanted to talk about. I rearranged my room because the old arrangement, it wasn't like practical. There was a lot of wasted space. So I drew out a room plan and my parents helped me move around my room. Now it's completely different and it's really weird because, I don't know, you can feel the direction you're sleeping. Because I'm so used to having my bed facing one way and now it's another way, it doesn't feel like my bed. Which is going to take some getting used to because I really like my bed. And I really liked my room as it was, but I don't know, the space just was liminal. My room is my sanctuary. I have lots of like unsaid rules for my room. Obviously no shoes in my room. I don't know if that's just a British thing. Actually, I've seen British people enter rooms with shoes or enter houses with shoes. But if you enter my room, do not have shoes on. If I ever enter my room, or if I'm ever about to enter my room and I've got shoes on, I will crawl on the floor. No shoes are touching my carpet. And then I don't like to eat in my room either. It gets crumbs everywhere, and I know I can just hoover it up, but like, even hoovering it up kind of disrupts my peace. And I really hate it when you have crumbs on your bed. When I have crumbs on my bed, or like any bed, it's just, it irks me so much. And then sometimes I do invite my friends into my room, but I prefer if we like just stay out my room. Because if it's one or two friends, it's fine, but if it's a lot of friends, it gets quite corruptive, and like, I don't know, it kind of disturbs the peace. This may sound like really weird to you. If you're thinking, Moria, what the flip? That's okay, I'm not going to judge you for that. But my room, my room isn't even like, it's not even clean most of the time. But it's my comfort zone, and if I see my comfort zone getting like disrupted, or people are being overly loud in it, or there's like crumbs getting in it, I'm gonna be very sad. You know what I mean? It's like if you had a garden and someone came and started trampling on your flowers. Okay, maybe it's not that severe, but it feels like that. That's my room for you. And now that it's rearranged, it doesn't feel the same. Like, I know it's still my room, but it just doesn't feel the same. And I'm gonna have to get used to it. But it's still nice. Still got everything. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do some more sorting of that out soon. Okay. Now I'm gonna think really hard on what else I have to say. Oh, yeah. You know how I briefly have mentioned going to Greece in the coming year, well, in 2026. It's confirmed I am going to Greece. I'm very excited for that. I'm very, very, very excited. because we're going to Athens and then we're going to Olympia and not Olympia, Olympus, my bad. And then I don't know, I can't remember what else we're going, which is bad. But I'm so excited. We're probably going to see a bunch of galleries and stuff. One thing about me, I really love Greek. Oh, that was so weird. Nice. Greek art. Like sculptures, paintings. I love it. And autistic nudity, it doesn't really bother me. Whenever me and my peers are in my classics class and we're learning about like a painting or something, everyone's always like cringing and going, ooh. And I get it. It is a little bit uncomfortable sometimes, but honestly, I love it. I love it so much. And call me woke, but the human body is a beautiful thing. And I appreciate that. Also, I do not typically throw around the term woke. I use it as a joke because it takes the mick out of it, basically. Anyway, I don't know if that's getting too political. I'm really sorry, I'm a very political person. But I try not to bring it up in my channel too much. For obvious reasons. Don't cancel me. This abyss was pretty easy. Ignore floor 12 and it'll be pretty easy. I might attempt floor 12 later, but for now it stays unfinished. It's always funny, I complete floor 11 and everything's great and it was pretty easy, and I get to floor 12 and everything's just 10 times harder. The power jump from floor 11 to floor 12 has to be studied one day. There's some cars outside honking. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I'm just thinking about what I'm gonna do for the thumbnail of this video. Because, I don't know, it's a bit of a general video, nothing really interesting happening. Maybe I'll just grab the spiral abyss and put it in the background. Slap on a PNG, and we're done. I feel like I turned the volume down a bit today because obviously I'm doing soft spoken and it's louder than whispers, but I don't know if it gets the mouth sounds, the full effect of the mouth sounds. If you know what I mean. Oh, my throat. I definitely feel like it is 6th season. I had the stomach flu a couple of weeks ago, around a month ago, and it left me with a thing called labyrinthitis, which, if you're not aware what it is, it basically makes you feel really dizzy all the time. It's something to do with your ear fluids, I don't know. But yeah, I had labyrinthitis and I was like always dizzy. And I still kind of have it a little bit, but it's a lot less bad than it was, thankfully. It was really annoying when I'd have to like get off trains and buses and I'd feel really dizzy because I'd be like, ooh, I might fall off. Especially because the gap between the train and the platform on the stations I get at are really big. Like someone could definitely fall down there. I feel like Indiana Jones whenever I jump across it. I'm joking, it's not that bad, I'm just being overdramatic. I feel like I want to do some triggers. 1 second. there's a motorbike in the background, just ignore that please. If you can, I'm really sorry. I've mentioned it before, but I live in a noisy neighbourhood. Okay, that's enough of that. Just did some phone tapping. Just a little bit of phone tapping. I think phone tapping is like really nice. It sounds really nice. And I don't know why. It never gives me tingles when I do it, but when I listen to other people do it, it gives me tingles. It's really weird. Maybe it's like a self-conscious thing. I'm sorry if there was any background noise. There are currently roadworks at the top of my road. And cars are piling down and honking and rumming and whatever cars do. I don't want to get a car. I know in the US you can get cars at like 15 or something in some states, but in the UK you can get a car at any age, but you have to be at least a certain, I think it's 18, no, it's 16 and 3/4 or 17 or something to get a driver's license. And while I have applied for a provisional driver's license and I will take driving lessons and whatnot, I don't actually want to get a car. Like, my parents are like, but you'll be able to drive to college. But they're really expensive and a waste of space and technically quite deadly. They could be considered weapons. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I did a drama course and we had to do a scripted work, and the script that my school looked at was called Legal Weapon 2, and it was about a car, well, a reckless driver in a car. So whenever I say cars are like weapons, I always get flashbacks to that. Honestly, it was a terrible script. I hated doing it. The message behind it, of course, is very important, but could have been written a bit better, you know. It was very abstract. And there's nothing wrong with abstract acting or scripts, but I don't know. They don't match my flow. Oh my god, is this the good artifact? I got like a really, really good, well, an artifact with good substats, but the main stat was defense. Honestly, I was so upset. And I tried leveling up later just to see how it would roll. And it rolled into the crit stats. If only I could change it. So it was attack. That's the one thing I really like about WoW's ecosystem. Like, probably the only thing I like about it. The only thing I like about it being you can change the main stat before you level up fully. Like, that is so, well, it's not so helpful, but it's helpful enough. Speaking of which, I need to log in and do my woo-wah daily echo farming. The grind never stops. I'm only able to game because I did all my work this morning, and now I'm left to video game. Oh, there's the good artifact with defense. I was so sad, so sad. Look, I screenshotted it. Probably to show my friend who also plays these games. I bought those weird like voodoo dolls made out of wire that you can like bend and stuff of certain like video game characters. I bought one of Sunday, and I take him to school with me often, and my friends are like, Mori, put that away. And I was like, no. Put him in the funniest poses. But yeah, it's really fun to have. It's so ugly too, like in the best way possible. I keep seeing ones of like Finan on a motorbike, which is really funny, in my opinion. Also, have you guys seen the controversy with Edo Star? If you don't play Honkai Star Rail, you might not know what I'm talking about. But due to China and Japan being on not the best political terms, well, the governments not being on the best political terms, Hoyoverse is having to change the aesthetic of Edo Star. So it's not going to be inspired by Japan anymore, or not heavily inspired by Japan anymore. Which is really, really sad. Because I was really looking forward to that like cyberpunk vibe. I'm sorry, I hiccuped. I hiccuped again. But now it's not going to be there. And some people are complaining and saying like, oh, Hoyoverse can just do it. But they're a really big company. So it's kind of like ruin their public image, you know. Some people underestimate how big of a company it is. Like it's multi-billion-dollar. Yeah, this is me upgrading that artifact, and yep, there it goes, rolling into crit rate. Shaking my head. It would have been perfect if it was attack. If it was attack main stat, but you know. We can't all have what we want, I say, in despair. And then I had to go with a 4-star artifact, which somehow rolled into more crit damage than one of my 5-star artifacts. I will definitely change it. It is only a temporary option, but it's because I need crit damage, more crit damage on my Flins. But his build is pretty good. I'm really ashamed to say he has 6-7 crit rate. 6-7. Sorry, I need to stop. I need to actually get alive. But there we go. Current Flynn's build. I will be doing more artifact farming if I ever log into Genshin again, which isn't certain. But that's pretty much all I have for today's video. Yeah, there's this build. He needs more attack. And yeah. So I think it's time to say goodbye. So that will be all from me. I hope you have a great day, or night, or any time of day it is for you. And goodbye. See you next time.